how I go like this. See what I'm doing? Because it what? Tightens it up. If you want your laundry bag, this is what costs money. I said, why are you shaking like that? Because if you want your laundry bag dirty clothes and it's stuck on the top and you do the back, until it goes down. You fill up this heavy bag, the sand, you do like this. The arm is stuck in it. You shake it. So when you go like this, it goes to the bottom and it tightens the surface. You like that. But in the center, be careful, because if you like that, you do exactly like this. When you like this, you shake it like this. You see what's happening over here? It gets tighter and tighter. So when I look at this, see, that's why I just look in this direction. Don't stay here. This one, I put you there. Now, I get here, it was this restriction. Now, it's more tighter. Now I'm here, 1/4. That's what I'm putting up. You have to learn how to tighten the motion. Okay? This way. What I want you to do is insert your hand over here. I know you're smaller than this. You go like that in school, right? You come back like that. Everyone has that. You see like puts a body like this. Oh, yeah. Then you need to touch those. So when you go like this and you punch it on that side, then normally people pat it right? You hook it like that. That's the break. If you break this, you break it on that side. I don't like it on this side because sometimes I've lost it. It's going like this. When you do this one, you get these two. Now, if you have trouble, just go back to the other side. See the sign on the license here? So if you go here, you can throw like this, or you can throw like this, just like weekends like that. The other one that I was showing you is see the lock here? You can go like this, and then this one goes here. But sometimes these people are very stiff, and you won't be able to get this. And you have to do that right here, and I set it like that. And it goes over here. All right, any questions? The first one here, you go like that, you slash. And when you go like this, because most people, you go like that, arm bend. So when you strip here, you just pin it, pin it to the body like that. Just pin it to the body and go like that. All right, any questions? This can also be a throw. Okay, just right up there. Okay. You go try to go into the other. Hold on, here. So we see 3 different types of energy, or what I call range of motion people. I'm trying to explain to you. When you do this one here, and they come over here, there are a lot of people, they're so stiff here that you won't be able to come here. At that point, forget that, just stab the biceps and you throw this way. Or throw this way. Or throw this way. Or slash and throw this way. So that you automatically will feel it. Okay, like that other one here too. Stop this. When you go like that, and you can't take it here, hold the knife like this, see? Pull it out on this side and you lock up on this side. Then you have a range to put here. Because your opponent will restrict you on the range of type of zoom up and put you to a plan. You already know that. You get with a good kickboxer, and you can be so good, the only thing you can throw at him is probably the roundhouse to the cap. And then you throw the basic, so you have to just look at the person the dog is running. All right, you take half an hour break and then you come back. And then we're supposed to go to this, jump on traffic. All right, jump on traffic. All right, thank you very much. We won't re-jump on it because you've got to bring the same before the jump on, so they probably spend a lot on this video and turns out a lot. Okay. Anyway, there's a lot of colleagues in the jump on discussion and put this to jump on. I'm going to take you to the program that's the progression of this project. There are 5 parts of jump on. So you chin up and you grab them. And we've done a lot of color grabbing in the chin up portion. You add whatever works for us in that particular area. And you have kicking and punching. Okay. And you have the tracking. And the tracking formerly was from Wing Chun. The major difference between jump on Wing Chun and Wing Chun, both are good. Again, both are excellent. The only difference is the progression in the jump combination is the absence of the three forms. They still do the dance, they still do the cheese out, they still do the gunning. In fact, this will throw a lot of people off. When I say Bruce Lee, really only knew 160 when they're done. That's all he knew. I had to go back to Hong Kong to learn the rest of the gunning. Well, what I found out is like Tai Chi. If you learn 50% of the form, you got Tai Chi. You really understand it. I think you can take something I should have but that's the way I look at it. So the object over here, we practice in most instances in the dummy is called last. We like to teach it first because you get to relate to it. The only thing I like to think about is it's the same principle, right? If I touch you, you go like this, it's like it's the same this on. Make sure your palm is like this one comes out. So you won't get the feeling unless you actually do it on a physical stick and with a real arm. Rather than you can do this for a uniform can be perfect. But you might not do that way in combat. Okay, so the same thing with the gun, with tracking the gun. You got to feel it. You're going to play basketball, you should have a basketball in your hand. You're going to dribble like this, it's a basketball, and you can form. Make sure you fingers put the ball, make sure it's on here, don't use the palm, right? So the best way to do it is sit up, right? Keep your eyes open with the ground as you the ball and have your neck. Right? You won't feel this is your form. So you always have the relationship. That's why he said, you're going to kick a soccer ball, make sure you have a soccer ball. If you're going to learn track and learn, let's do it so we don't have to learn form. The form that you can swing the bat, a baseball bat like this for years, and no one ever pitches to you high, low, it's going fast, curve, break. You won't get the feeling. So you say, well, I'm just going to bat for 5 years, and you see the pitch. You know, that's quite a bit different. Right? So that's what it is. That's why we did do the three forms. People argue that ball, we changed it, disrupted it. I don't know. I'm just going to show you the way it was taught to us, and I'll let you choose yourself. And study on it. Every instructor gives a different view. And like he told me, I don't know all the answers. I don't know all the answers. All I can show you is what works for me. It might not work for you. Or it might work for your student, it might not work for you too. Okay, so the first part, to be really honest with you, I didn't like the track. I like the kickboxing part of it, but I hate the track. But I knew it worked because he always did it back on me. And there's nothing we can do about it. So I thought, well, there must be something to this track. So I better listen to him and start working on the track. You cannot work tracking, or you can, but you cannot work it efficiently if you get boxing. That's the first one. The punches that they use in Wing Chun will not work in the ring because the tackle will go. They're ready, just like that a knife. And then cutting the knife, for classic people, where it doesn't have the efficiency. You might work, but it won't work efficient. So the first track, you're going to go up and you just stand up first and then just start off. Right, then let's look at your footwork first. We just follow. All right, let's do this. Advance, retreat, and then move to the left and move to the right. Then move to the footwork first. Because this is the, okay, ready to go. Advance, retreat, move to the right. We apply the first reference point, the first 10 line. You should practice on the right hand, you practice left hand. The track right now should be here, but better, I like the track over here on the forearm. Because the forearm controls the force. So this just pops out from the reference point. I'm just let you do it for about a minute. I'm going to pop out, and all I'm going to have to do is pop out. You move out like that. Just move out like that. So pops out, you move out like that. All right, back and forth. You just right. Right to right. Back to the footwork. And we shuffle to this side. Okay. So you shuffle that side. And we shuffle to the left. But right now, you shuffle back or shuffle to the left. Okay? All right, let's try it. You ready? Okay, shuffle. Low jab, do a low jab, then block it, and track. Watch away. Okay, low jab, track, block it. Don't do this. All right? Don't close if you don't jab. All right? If you go low, then back like that. Okay? All right, any questions? If you throw the first hand, okay, then you shuffle forward, you have to shuffle back. And if you don't, it's going to be like this. You're going to be jammed up. So you have to make a move too, like that. Okay? All right. Any questions? Okay, 2 points. You do this when you do a pops out. If you pops out, make sure you sustain it back. This thing will be open. You want to hold that for a little bit. Yeah. All right, try this. Going to the nucleus, following the nucleus. This is sticking to the nucleus. Sticking to the nucleus. back. All right, so what I want you to do right now, because that gives you a point. So now you have from low to high, from outside to inside, and this is inside to outside. You jab here, track here, go out toward it. Just go out toward it. If you punch here, let him block just like that, back and backwards. Okay, the other one is going from outside to outside. The other one is going low to high. This is going inside to outside. Okay. Some people will block it with the front hand, some people will block it with their hand. Okay, so that's what you do. You jab, you block with the front hand. You cannot do this technique unless you block with the front hand going that manner. Okay? Let's try it over there. Okay? You ready? Hit principle, grab and back, so you lock on back. All right. If you go like this, you can do it to the right hand. So this is your hinge. So as long as they don't block with the elbow, you hinge, you take it like this. So you lock off and block this. This is called long sockets. So when I go like that, I'm going to try to get like that. So they track and back. All right. Always keep your distance and don't jam your distance. So what I want you to do right now is just stay by this line and put it on the line. That's what you want. I don't want you to shuffle forward. All I want you to do is get the energy from that line. Don't shuffle forward because I want that distance to go like that. Okay? You done? All right. This is called the hinge principle. On the hinge principle, because it's coming from the outside, you have to grab or lock on the hand backwards. Okay, then when you go on this side here, you trap and you backwards. You make a ball and socket motion like that. Okay. Some people refer to it as swinging day. The day swings. Okay. Many different ways to describe it. Then you go like that, so you go like this, you see. Up there, you do 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait for the energy. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. Now there are two types of energy. Right. One energy is you wait for my energy to be clean. The other energy is I'm going to try to slack my hand. Don't let me get on. That's it. I'll slack my hand. That's it. Okay. We will practice the first energy. Some very interesting groups here. I don't know. That sounds good. Sounds good. Usually we roll the newspaper like that. See? Like this. Okay. This one here is attached. You stick to it. See, it's like being sold here like that. This one here, to make a reflex, you should go like that. Put your hand out there. I'm going to get you as hard as I can. Don't get it. See? Yeah, that's it. And when you wrap it a couple of times, you make sure your hand is out there. You got very quick, because your hand wouldn't be there. All right. This is all under the principle of sticking to the nucleus, because we have to find the nucleus. This one is liberation, or dissolving the nucleus. But you know the nucleus is there. Okay, any question? There's three stages of jump on track. Sticking to the nucleus, liberation to the nucleus, and dissolving the nucleus. Okay, this is dissolving the nucleus. Now, this is the nucleus because you have to touch it to feel it. The other one is you don't let us touch it. Okay? You got it? All right. You do 10, 10 right, 10 left, and my turn. Right 10, left 10. Let's go 10 minutes time. Okay? First, you can all stick to the nucleus and you're doing it. Okay, now, you go in, this over here is the hinge principle. You do it again. Okay, this is ball and socket principle, both left and right. Second one is what we call lockstyle cycle. Why lockstyle cycle? No one's going to fight like this. Okay? But the lockstyle cycle promotes so you get more repetition in. The more repetition you get to the upper runner, the more efficient. Okay? That's what we call developing an attribute called contact reflex. Okay, so your hand is over here, this is called a home shot. Like that. Okay, so your hand is over. You don't grab and punch the face in the training. You just grab and put your punch on the forearm. So your hand will be like this. For the training purposes, the feet will be together for right now. And just turn your body like that when you want to be the left feet. Turn your body like this when you want to be the right feet. Okay, so this is now the lockstyle cycle. The lockstyle cycle has many exercises in it. Okay, so the first one is what we refer to as tum choi. Tum choi you put on the middle of the forearm. Okay, now to change, I lock out here, and I put it in the middle of the forearm like this. Okay? This wrong side has to be raised up here. If you go like that, it's not raised. You have to come over like that. So this teaches you to put your hand up here like this. Okay? All right. Okay, then when I switch over here like this, you come like that. Okay? That's the hand position. Okay, when I switch, you can see the hand will come back in here. Okay, this is the lockstyle cycle. Many people have this. Okay? What I object is, right now we're just singing the notes. And this thing, the more you record it, the more efficient it becomes. So you have two. One is with the watch joint. Okay, that's with the back fist or the hammer fist or the knife hand. Okay, or the watch joint like that. Okay. And you have one with the true joint, which is like this. See? And try to speak as if this thing is sewn here like that. See? And you switch here like this. Now there are many systems. Some screws they go like this. See? Because they want the forearm training, so they bang the forearm like that. See? There's one usually for sensitivity. See? And you go back like that. See? Okay. You grab the bottom two fingers like that. Don't grab fully, because this is enough. See? Like that. You can change it every one. You come back like that. Make sure this long shot is raised. See, a lot of schools, if they take a long shot, my hand should be here. Some people say, no, it should be here. Some should be here. They all give you the thing. It's like a concept. Now you turn countries again, where customer turn is long. It should be eyebrow level. You guys don't know, it should be chin level. One guy told me so flex like. But they never realize, if I'm not stick line like that, I say, okay, this is the inside reflection. Make sure the inside reflection goes with draw line. If it blows down here, it's going to be so flex line. Because it has to adjust. You can't take a standard. Right? You can't take a standard like this. Okay, this is beautiful. It doesn't work out that way. That's why you have to relate every moment. You know that, right? If I always swing over here with a baseball bat, because the ball goes over here, we'll put it down and do that. My form has to change. All right, so this here, the form is constant. That's why you go right into a lopsided cycle first. Because we feel it's more important than this is what we call a Xiangqi. This is more important in our estimation because it's more like combating situations. But only a split or one or two motions will be used from it. Okay, you can switch here. Okay, any questions? All right, this is a lopsided cycle. Okay, you do the vertical fist, you do the back fist. Okay, lopsided cycle. Lopsided cycle. And you will apply the lopsided cycle by going like this. Remember, this is the first stage. No one's going to put your arm out like this for you. You should be able to do it like that. You pass out the first line. So don't progression. Okay, your lopsided watch will be here. All right, do it again. Pass out, lopsided watch. Now, your hand, rather than vertical, would be better always diagonal. Not always, but you want your hand just like that, and you grab like that, and you should be back. This hand should be trapped like that. Okay, so this should be a diagonal line like that. This one presses down like this, and you punch over the top like this. This hand should hook like this. Oh, it's hooked like this. All right, so that hand should be here, right on the low like that. So that twins it. Okay, now let's do it again. So when you pass out, first line. Don't jam your distance. So away on the first pass out, let me go back to allow you to come here. So you see how the hand traps like this? So that hand is positioned like this. If you jam your own distance, you won't be able to fight. See, it would be like trying to kick like this. I don't have any room for my round still. Because you're too jammed up. You take things again. You have to allow distance. What? All right. So if you come over here, you pass out here like that. Keep the drain, and then go back first, so that you feel the distance here like that. That should be the first one. See how this thing? And then momentarily, when this hand's pinned, before you can let it go out here like that, you get to punch out. So when it's here, this hand's pinned temporarily. If you press the elbow. Catch me at the elbow, push me at the elbow like this. So you can both trap both this hand and second hand like that. You sort of cup it like this. Okay, and then the punch should be up here. Okay. The box out should be here in the throat, or such out. Okay, do it against someone. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, that thing is still pinned here, see? Okay, one more time. Just one more time. Pass out, let it step back. Grab, pull, so this thing is trapped like this momentarily. The hand is hooked down like this, okay, and then shuts out, hands like that. Okay, any questions? Okay, let's try it over there. Okay. Let's do it one time. All right. When you trap the first barrier, this is still going with the 3 stages again. Your first stage is strictly to the neutral. That means you touch hands. Second stage, you dissolve the pressing hands. And the third stage is returning to one's own original freedom. That means you move in trap like moving position, lying position, whatever. All right, so you trap the person. Pass out. Now, if I go across the Again, one, you wait till you move back. As a normal person will move back normally about a 7 slides. Then you come in, that's a pops out. Okay, from there you can show. Why do you trap? You trap the give, you trap the kick, you trap the punch, you trap the throw, you trap the choke, you trap the arm bar, finger bar, leg bar, whatever lock that you want to go into. But for right now, this is the root motion. Okay? All right, so you pops out, you move back 1 step. Okay? If you double up the pops out here. Okay, one that is very similar to that. Okay, so this we say pops out, Lloyd pops out, which means inside pops out. Okay, this is pops out, here. Lloyd pops out, which is right here. Okay, now the second one is when you pops out, and you will hit with this hand first into the chest, okay, and then trap and down. Okay, all right, look at that again. So one pops out, 1, 2. And trap. Why the chest? Because when you go like that, you trap. So you see the hand here? If I'm far away, if it's closer, I would trap here. But if my hand is here, I trap here and go here. I just punch there's a tunnel here, like go. If you trap in the face, that opens up the line to go here. A lot of my students sometimes go here. This is why I look a little bit. Sometimes they never listen. You just keep on doing it. It feels a little better to get up here. You see what happens right here? Now if I go here, I'll stick here, and I stick here until that hand goes here. Okay, so that first pops out, punch, second pops out. Pops out, 2 joints pops out. The other one pops out, pops out. Now if he goes across the center line, see, I can't do that. You're not going to have to do it like that. It's too long. You do another technique or you go into the first technique. Okay, so what we learned is there's no such thing as a good technique and a bad technique. If you pop up the first line, then you rock out, shoot it in. But does that mean that technique is bad since that can be counted? No. If you're playing football, it can be counted. If you stop at the line of scrimmage, you can go over 5 yards, you can go 5 yards back. Time. Most people, when they try a technique and it doesn't work, they say, well, see, it doesn't work. People grab it. You notice that when people think, oh, it works. Well, sometimes they miss a sidekick. You ever say the sidekick's no good, you can't hit the guy 5 times in a row? How many times you miss a guy with a reverse punch or you cross, and you say the cross is no good, and you just hit him? No, you just time it right. You have to answer it in the right time. All techniques should be looked upon. Like you used to quote me, he says, the landscaper's swing is either good or worse. It's long time to throw, some long and short. In other words, it's either good or bad. Everything should be counted by everything. Okay. All right. Any questions on that? So what are the 2 we're going to do? Ron?
We're going to do the inside box out, and then the inside box out hit. That's it.
Okay.
How about the turn?
So the first one he pops out. And if I go here, he pops out this hand here. All right? Second one. He pops out here. He's a little bit closer. So you choice right here. Right here. One. Squeeze right there. Now go right here through my chest. You see how close to the gap here? Now go to my face. See what happens here? This one, this one here still maintains a trap. You know, when trapping first became bold, wherever we start putting medicine, they just go like that. That was the trap. Because it hasn't circled around. See, right? But everybody copied it. Oh yeah, that's pops out. You see the difference between the pops out? I think it's pressed here. Control moves it right here. And it's very thin. But the point is now, can you trap a guy who pops out? When that guy goes like that? No. It's a different type now. You better be roundhouse the thigh, see? Or hugging back into the hugging. See? That's the time you're going to grab it. See, there's a time and place. The jump block is kind of a hard progression to do. That's why I like to stay away from it sometimes. If you need some time to resolve it, no. I tell people this, I spend at least 1.5 months on pops out alone. That's in 3 months, but 1.5 steady. There's nothing but pops out. But you used to do it from the side, from the round kick, from the heel up, and then going to pops out. Learn how to do it defensively and offensively. Right now we are doing it neither offensively. We are setting up the nucleus, because the nucleus is where we start fighting. Most systems start with long range and go in. This his theory would start because we know we're going to go here. So we were getting ready reference point. This is one reference point. That's another reference point. That's another reference point. Two hands out, one hand in, one hand out. Two hands out, two hands like that. Those are what give you the reference point. What you move to. So he started at the muteness, or he started in fighting first, and there you can go to grappling, or you can work it out back and out, handling, and out of the kicking if you want to. So you can first stay in the kicking. Okay, so the first one is what? Pops out, Roy pops out. Second one is pops out, choke Roy, pops out. And from there you can choke, strangle, or whatever. See, like, for example, like Rich was showing, he doesn't take the guy. Not ridiculous, this is very hard. Always. And Richard was going to after this, the first crash, bang, boom, 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 boom. Something like that. You will flow into what you want to do. You want one arm, one arm up. But this is just a move motion. Okay, you got it? Okay, let's try. On the front foot? Yeah. This hand, you're just shooting the front of the hand. See my hand here? See how this one like this? And I go like that. You can counter it if you want. Like here. It goes on and on. Give you coordination. But then you got to Alright, so the first one you do is box out. The second one you do is box out, stop, one box. Okay. And then, I don't know what to do. When you box out now, that's supposed to be stop. Okay, and then box out, get some foot. Okay, this is 4 and 5 now. 4 and 5 are very similar. Okay? Alright, when you do a box out, like that, this is box out. You see the box out? And then box out. So this end. Which is good. Now, the fifth one is lights out. When the energy goes back, it sort of follows the energy. And this one here, you redirect the energy. You go like that, you redirect the energy here, and it will pop out. Okay. When you're here, it sort of goes like that. And your body will tell you what you want to do. Or this energy will tell you. If this forward energy of the body is more towards you like this, it's hard to turn. So when you form, you see what can happen. Go here like that. Okay, so there's several pieces of this one here. Alright, any questions? This is run 4. This is pass out, cons out, Roy pass out out. Okay? This is pass out, lights out, which the energy goes back a little bit like this. So it goes like that, Roy pass out out. Alright, any questions up there? You got it? Let's try out number 4 and 5 and 2 together. So you have to feel. So when you go like that, then you turn this way. You turn your body, not your arm. You don't make your arm do it. You let the body go like that, and you're in here like that. Okay. All right. It's the same thing as a dummy. Most people think it's an arm thing. It's a body thing. They get it like that. With an emotion, you get a push up the part of the body. And say, well, it's like you hit like this, or you hit the baseball. You want something like that. Right? You put the body in. So the same thing you put the body in here is a jaw move. Okay? Okay, let's try it there. The energy has to be right for this. When you go like that, you lock this. You lock out and pop. This is the teaching from you notice that these 3 to 6, they're so close to it, but the energy is different. See, that's when I used to look at it, I go, they're all the same. This one here is this, you trap. You box out and go like that. As the other one, well, you just go like that. Right? The box out, you don't care. You just do it like that. And this one here, if you lock, if you miss it, an automatically goes on that side. If I miss here, an automatically goes here. But if I don't miss it, the tap goes here. Now, if you miss completely, that's why you grab it from the other hand. You do this. So you want to go like that. See, that's it. When the energy is across your 6. They're very similar. Okay, let's try it here. Okay, ready? Okay, so this is what I would like to do. Okay, this is the box out. What's the box out here? The first box out is this. The VOG twice is 4. Okay, and then you go locks out and pops out. As the other one you learn is box out like that. But this one goes box out, VOG, locks out, pops out. Okay, now the other one will be VOG, pops out, lock. This is what we call brother and sister technique. You'll feel which one you're going to do. Okay, so you go pops out here, and VOG as far as you can. Or you wedge it. I know you know my students can wedge. You could tell one of my students, my first students, I always said, take the VOG and jam it, and then lock, and then pop. See? Then my students in the 70s will say, VOG, wedge, pops out, locks out. You can tell what kind of thing you use. But the object is still to jam this up, okay, or wedge it in here, then either lock and pop, or VOG, pops out, locks out. Okay, any questions? You have a lock and a pop and a lock. Okay. And see what's hard about like the other people in technical college centers, it's so hard. See, like, Collie does this. They always take an angle because this they feel covers more line. And if they was blocked, see, it would still cover some more. That's why they go 45. That's from the knife and that's from the stick. Because right when you pick it up, it's under 2 blocks and then 6 paddles another 3 inches. But a lot of people now cannot separate the collar from the jump on. What I'm trying to show you right now is very difficult. It's straight and jump on, a lot going into southern Filipino collar or sea lock or pendox lock because it's sort of intertwined. You're going to notice that it's going to twine. If it does that, it's okay. Let the body dictate the lock. Just like you get up in the morning, you know what you're going to do. You want to drink coffee first, you want to take a shower first, you want to put on your clothes first, or you just want to read the paper. You know what he's going to do. You know the routine. You don't have to have guys like you do before and say, "Well, like this for you." Dan, fix your bed. Dan, take a shower. Dan, you wash behind the computer. You already know that's automatic now. What do you want to, that's what they say, we're ready to move. You know the structure. Okay, so over here, this is the structure. Okay, anytime you can throw the structure away. Okay, we are still on the first structure, which is sticking to the nucleus. That means that you are sticking to the nucleus first, attaching the nucleus, and then going like that. Okay? All right, any questions? Let me repeat it again. Pops out. The VOG as far as this you can go. Then you either lock and pop, or VOG as far as you go, pop and pop. You go pop, pop, or pop, lock. Doesn't make any difference. Make your pops out like the locks out, make your locks out like the pops out. That's what you talk to me all the time. Remember, this is locks out. Make this more like pops out. This is your pops out. Make it more like pops out. You understand what I'm trying to say? That's what they call the bounce. That's what the DBN is. You always have to be balanced. Okay? And if you bounce, you will be able to do it left and right. Like, I'm sure what the big move. He could go right stance. Then he would go here. He'll be here. If you can do it from a boxing mode, you can do it any kind of mode. All right? Any questions on that? You got it? So this one over here now, we're moving up to this one. Pops out, VOG, locks out, pops out. Pops out, VOG, pops out, locks out. Okay, we're up to number 8, okay? This is going to be the first 10 days. And you should be able to do it left and right, and then later on, you do the cheat out. See, all Bruce Lee did was take these techniques and cheat out, and do it supposed to cheat. See the pops out, locks out. These are cheat out techniques. But as he said, you don't do it, you can't do it good if you can't do it good. So this was a generator for a structured learning. Because when they go like that, boom, you get a reaction, you go up, you get it in here, then you get another reaction, so you go out and walk over. That's it. You go here. That's where you define it. Because it's going to be an exchange like that later on. That's what the cheat out teaches. Okay, so you want to sort of join the two elements together. Okay, any questions? Got it? Okay, so we're going to do number 7. Pops out, wedge 2 or VOG, lock, pop, pops out, VOG, pops out, locks out. Okay? Okay, so the first part is sticking to the nucleus. When you dissolve the nucleus is when you go out and then reattach it. That's when you dissolve it. In other words, this is sticking to the nucleus. Larry pops out here. Okay? Now, he BOG, and then I put my hand like that, and it pops out. Now, that's dissolving the nucleus, because this was the nucleus when he was sticking to the nucleus. This is, if I were to reword it, I would say attaching to the nucleus, rather than dissolving the nucleus. It explains it a little better. Now, if he kicks me in the roundhouse, boom, and then comes in like that, we are already in freedom with it when you do it freestyle. But this is right out to learn. This is just to, so like major thoroughfares, I like to do in the office as you call it. You learn all these big paths from the jungle, and then you can go from path 1 to path 2, path 5, and you can go to path. But if you didn't know that you don't want to path and sort of go like this, and there's ways sometimes that you don't have to go like that. If you want to take a little harder time, you go up like this, and you're ready to path 2, or the second path, or the second level of path, right? You know, it's not kind of like that. It's the same principle. But this is just the major path. Okay, now, we go over here to number 9. And you can take the first 10, right? This should be done both left and right lead. Okay? So the number 9 is you toss out. Okay, you do this a little bit. You just toss out here. Number 9 is a toss out and a DOG. So if you toss out like that, this is, you know, moon sound? You moon sound toss like that. I wouldn't have probably tracking this up there. But you got the point, right? It's fast. And you just go like that. You see your hand just goes like that. Moon sound pop. Okay, but sometimes we just call it double pop. You can pack that like that. You can go here, just go like that. So just go like that here. Okay, that is number 9. You pop out, moon sound pops out. Okay, number 10 is you pop out on the outside of the moon sound. Okay? What does it mean by moon sound? Moon sound is what you do. So when I pop out, you see the hand here? Look at the hand, moon sound. And then from here, if you can, how far this moon sound can go. Because you can moon sound this hand. And you can moon sound this hand. So you pop out like that. Okay, any questions? All right, so you pop out. This one's the pop out on the outside. And you moon sound either this side or this side. So it pops out, the moon sound goes this way. Okay, and then it pops out. There's the moon sound inside and the moon sound outside. So you go like that. So it can go like that. You can go back here like that. Depending on what the energy is doing. All right, any questions? You go pop out, boom, see? And then pop out. And the pop out can be here or the pop out can be here. Okay, any questions? This is the outside moon sound. Okay. Pops out, outside, moon sound. Good. Okay. All right. Any questions over there? Pops out, moon sound here, or moon sound here. This one here pops out, moon sound. Take it like that. Okay. Take up there. Okay. Thank you. Pops out, and you're going to go half outside or block. Okay. That means usually you would do this when this guy gives you a strong resistance over here. So you pop out, and then that means you do a half block, you get a pop. See what I'm doing? I go half, I go here, and I make a half motion, and I go like that. So it sort of goes forward, 1, 2, 3. And this hand comes only halfway, back, and then in. Okay, any questions? Okay. This is half on the pop out, not half on the pop. Okay, so you don't really try to hit the face. Because this will be right, that other hand will go here, so this hand can go here. So you either go here, or you can moon sound here. This is the moon sound. Put it on to the offside. All right, any questions? Got it? So you make that half pops out. In other words, you don't try to hit the face. That's just your right hand here with this hand here. It comes down. So you go like that. You go like this. So the moon sound can be on that side, or the moon sound can be on this side. It depends whether you get that on the right hand with. Okay, any questions? Half pops out. That means you want to go halfway, and right, you go in the loud side. And this will be the moon sound this side, or this moon sound this side. If he gets in the way, see, you go like that, or moon sound that way. Okay. You go like that, you go like that. It's hard on you to go slow, and I lose my timing and my rhythm. Okay, you see what I'm doing now? But you go halfway. And what I like to do, and I'm going to show you what I do, I add a principle of policy. I like that finger to it. This is the other finger. Just come in idle, put your hand here, see? Then I leave that hand open. And if he does block here, see? Just see him do it, and then move out back like that, see? Or you can move out now on twice. And later on, you're going to flow. You will like it if you play well people once you understand the principle. Okay, you got it? Okay, let's try it over there. Traffic phase of the fun. Okay, when we go into kickboxing, we have, in the jump fun, kickboxing, we have adopted different drills, different awareness drills, different types of drills from different disciplines. Like we bar, heavy, you can call it. Different, Western boxing, barred from Savat, we barred from Ronda, we barred from New Time. So these people will tell you no concept, that is a different concept. So I'll go back again to the interpretation on the number system. Using no way as the way. In other words, I don't use the Chinese way, I don't use the Japanese way, I don't use the Western way. I use no way as my way, which is your way. Using no limitation as my limitation. When I trained in the Korean style, that was my limitation. When I was trained in the Okinawan system, my limitation was I was strictly in Okinawan style. I looked at it and I said, well, you know, I just take this. I can't use it. My instructor is Okinawan. It might be okay if you can just flash or whatever the reason was. So you became limited to that. If I found another lock, if it wasn't on the system, you weren't allowed to use it. Therefore, I was already limiting myself. I myself, as I start off with a boxing background, I go, I can't see this. Because, right? Because I never seen anybody in the streets do this kind of fun. At least it was wide. And so this already is limited. So when you allow yourself to this become yourself as close to fun. That's what he's trying to say. That's why you really can't say this is a Jiu-Jitsu system or a style. Jiu-Jitsu is more of a process than a product. The more you say it, the more they will say it's a style. I know that in 1972. I said, no, it's a process. And they keep on putting that in Jiu-Jitsu style. Jiu-Jitsu was a term he used if you taught a guy one-on-one. In other words, you can make that. You can make a Dao kind of thing, and you can both guys can jump on the food. Jiu-Jitsu is for me. I do love this certificate. And if you read Jiu-Jitsu certificate, it says, as personally taught and trained by the tree. He's dead, I can't give it out. I give the concept, that's like I keep them out of people, I give the concept to you, and I use the jump on jump food as a structured process. It's like your base product, what do you call it? What is your first elementary school? Well, that is your product. Is that K to 5? All right, that is your first base. Your second base must have been junior high school, which is 6, 7, 8, or 9? 6, 7, 8. That's your second base. Your third base was in the high school. What's that called? Miles North. That is your third product. Okay. Everybody that graduated from high school, I'll make you a bet, they don't know the same material, they surely didn't get the same grade, and they surely don't have the same mentality. Half the guys I go to my school in jail. But what I'm trying to say is that you can come from the same product, from the same high school. One, you can be very good at this particular subject matter. One, you can be very bad. And your fourth product is probably junior college and community college and college, right? Okay. Those are your product. That is your roots. But how are you going to explain to somebody else if you have a background in knowledge? It will be quite different from the same guy who graduated from the same school. You take out what you don't like. If I were passed, take the U.S. history test right now, and the California history test, which I did as an 8th grade teacher when I was teaching 8th grade, I would flunk it. And I was teaching because I have to review it. Just like some years, like every 4 years in California, you take a driver's license. You have to review it every 4 years. I always only miss one, or none at all, or two. Never miss one, two. So when you're a time, let's study it. I was very fast. I took 7 wrong. The guy said, you want to take it over? You're not supposed to. I'll let you take it over. The 6 is failing. So I had to take it over. I had to do 6 or 7. And The point was, because I didn't study for it then, you have to constantly review. Because once you learn the material, that does not mean that you have material. Kickboxing is the same way. If you don't do it, you won't have the proficiency. You have to do it, you have to drill. So the same drills we do on the handbag, the same drills we do on the focus glove, the same drills when you partner off and you use the glove, is the same thing. Because one we do it without a partner, one we do it with a partner, we do the focus glove, one we do it with a partner. Okay. So we have adapted different drills to get that essence. Okay, if I said I wanted to make you very polished as a connoisseur of food, so I send you different French restaurants in the Chicago area. But if you in Los Angeles, maybe you get the restaurants, I wouldn't have to send you all the way back to Chicago to get that same restaurant. French food, German food, Italian food, whatever. Okay, this is the same way we use these foods to go. Although, I know in a lot of magazines, I don't know if you read magazines, I read them myself, but some will say, well, going in the wrong direction from me, because we added to be added. The adding to be added is for the sake of adding, this is not what the answer is. But what you're adding, and I want you to think about it closely, and bring it up every seminar. If I was a track coach, and I said, okay, this is the way you jump in 1930. My coach taught this coach, this coach taught this coach, and this is called a scissor. You know, the scissor, you go to the eyeball like that, and you jump over like that. And then the coach came on the western roll, you start the barrel, or you straddle. You straddle, you turn it over, you go like that. Now, why technology changes is because this was a very safe way. But in those days, the sawdust came only like 4 inches from the ground. At the most, 12 inches because the branches got back down, and then where? 3 inches to the ground. You can keep it sawdust. And now they have this nice full path. Get them up here, get high up, and it feels good. If you try that Fosbury flop, in those days, the sawdust didn't work. Okay. Technology is like that. Right? What works for PKA, because they might kick a punch here, or point karate, will not work in the standpoint of 45, or WK when they go from here to here. Because the technology changes. So the kickboxing that he allowed was to go from here to here, provided we can hurt. So we used to make the rules. We didn't want to hurt each other. Okay, we'll kick 1/4 here. Okay. We'll stay off the knee, the side of the knee. We'll continue this way, we'll stay off the knee from the side. Okay. And we'll go full up here. That way you're ready to get. We will pull from here, and that's what you can jump on the boxing. The body aspect. So that both people can survive. You know, as I said before, we have adopted some those different elements of college, Salat, Muzai, and Bono. Whatever you get friends from methods, the concept, not the style. So it's very possible that I'm a Muay Thai practitioner and I use judo concept. I'm a Punjab Salat practitioner and I use judo concept. That's basically what you're doing. Even in my academy, for a long period of time, my kickboxers would never want to associate with guys that the trap and talk about sports. The stick fighters didn't want to associate with the kickboxers. They thought they were crazy. And some guys, vice versa, thought they were crazy too. You ever see a stick fighter in my kind of system in the area? You would think they're crazy. You know, they come out with that. And some people like that. They look at this as well. It all depends on the like and dislike. So I'm going to take you first in the drilling of the focus glove. But this focus glove can be used with the boxing glove. Okay? First go with the focus glove, and then we put on the boxing glove. Okay? Okay, let's try. Can everybody get the pair of focus gloves? How many people do not have focus gloves? When we train in general arms, we prefer to be given when on the right knee. But I just made the option that you go right knee and go left knee. I'm just going to put you there for about a minute and a half. Rather than have long rounds, we can make a minute and a half round and switch around. So it's about a minute and a half, every 2 minutes. All right. First thing I do is work the legs. So the first one you go, I want you to go jab. That's jab. If you jab this hand, you go also. Okay, jab cross. Okay, jab cross, jab. Jab cross, jab. Okay, jab cross up. Do it again. You jab with this hand, cross, and you jab. Jab cross up. Okay, now when you work the glove, when people work the glove. If you work the glove, then you work it like this. Sometimes it's good because then you don't have to trade off. The folks don't get way too ready. Turn off. These guys are gun shy. That's good. So sometimes we have a punch here. So jab, cross, and jab. Okay. Jab, cross, and then cross. Okay. If you jab, cross, both you put it here. Jab, cross, boom. Okay. Jab, cross, boom. Jab, cross, jab, put it here. Okay. Now you go back and forth. If you have the gloves, you go back and forth. Jab, cross, jab, jab. You just move like that. Jab, cross, jab. Okay, this is jab, cross, and then pull here. Okay, any questions? That's the first drill I want you to try for 1.5 minutes. Okay, ready? Now, what's the gap that you follow when you interject it? You're taking to the first, pick up the number 4. Now, you can do this with the glove, or you can do it with the, you do the 1-2, because it's the first one you learn, you learn how to count the 1-2. When you throw the 1-2, you're going to have this first shoulder roll. So you catch the first one, you shoulder roll, and you kick. When you kick either side lightly, or you can go to the side over here. Instead of trying to cross or cross. Okay, the 3 targets that you set to the face one class is a cross, over the cross, a cross, over the cross, low cross, over the down. Okay, those are the first 3 you see. Okay, slow motion again. That's cross, 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 okay, cross, over the cross, low cross. Okay, now, you start the series. When I jab my first jab, you shoulder roll. In boxing, you shoulder roll, but I want you to kick, or round kick or side kick. Right now, let's say round kick. Set the target. 1, 2, 3. Second variation, you bottom weave to the right. Use the clock system. You bottom 1 and you bottom 11. That's your bottom weave. Set it up. Third one is the insert. That means you either make the shoulder stop. The shoulder stop is stop at the shoulder. One is the bicep. One is the arm deflection. One is a straight hip, which we don't do in practice. And that's the face itself. See? And you set the target anywhere you want. Drop, drop. The fourth one is an outside parry. You bring it past the base, cross, cross. Okay. These questions. 4 bases again. The first 4 bases. Okay. The first one is you just catch this. Okay. You shoulder roll, you kick. Okay. You cross, cross. Second one, you bottom weave. Okay. You look, cross, look. Third one, you make the insertion like that. Usually it's going right and look. Fourth one, outside parry like that. Outside parry cross, look, cross, look. Okay, any questions? There. Got it? Okay, shot there. Alright, so you go like this and you straighten it. You go softly on the leg, and then you go over here. Go over the back. Kick down here, and you go here. Okay? The other way is you kick lightly here on the inside, you push the pad on that side, and you go. Okay, that's the first one. All right, now if it's with the rear leg here, the rear leg, you leg cut here. You leg cut here, you put the pads here, you kick. Then if you kick on the outside, you kick the leg here, and you go here. All right, that's the first one. Now, if you have a focus glove, okay, I just want to show you how you look at those all the variations. Okay, you kick over here, you kick here, you go lightly here, but you go into hand range. Okay? You kick on this side here, like this, and get that, and you put it like this, okay, cross, cross. Okay? Now, when you have a glove on, you got different people the way you train them. When you have the gloves on, you just train like this. You go 1, you kick here, 2, you go lightly here, you go lightly here, and then you put it on here. Then she kicks on that side back out. You kick here, kick 1 up here, put the gloves here, 1, 2, 3. Okay? Alright, so if it's the rear leg, you work the inside. Here. Okay? Because when you go back like that, you kick here, you might kick here, and you stick the target like that. 1, 2, 3. Okay, any questions? So depending what equipment you're working on, that's what you're going to do. Okay, so the first one here, when you counter this, see, you can go directly into handling. When you counter this, you can go from labeling, okay, into handling. Okay? All right, any questions? Okay, let's try it over there. One is when the kick's mouth kick is the middle lane, you just want the mouse to turn on. This one we use from college. lift up, then if I land back like this, you push it up, 1, 2, 3. Okay, if your left leg goes up and it comes back, then I stay on the right leg, left leg, go like that. Whatever the combination gives you that. Okay, so the first one is the destruction of the calf, like that. Destruction of the calf like that, and she'll set the pocket. Okay, now, the next one is when she round kicks me here, kicking here like that. I want you to get in the habit of just kicking here. So you look, foreleg, 1, 2, 3. Go on the, okay, she kicks me here, that's why sometimes I have to kick here so that you understand where the kick is. So we hear 1, 2, 3. Okay, any questions up to there? The third base is a tap. You tap and you tap. That's it. Boom. That's it. So you set the power 1, 2, 3. Okay, any questions? Same thing. This one's not the same area like that. Okay, now you can side kick whatever. From the position, again, kick here. Then you set the target 1, 2, 3. Okay, any questions up there? You got it? Okay, the 3 counters again, what? You rock it, you lift up. Okay, the second one, leg up. Fourth one, stop, you carry it out like that. And you set the target. Okay, got it? Okay, let's try to make it. Now, a lot of times when you kick here, a lot of furniture guys, they drink the leg down. They don't block like this. They're not like that. But what they do is they tap the leg down like that. They use more of shooting. Okay? All right, some, when you kick here, they just ride it here like that. And as they ride it here like that, see, if this kick comes out like that, see, my colleague, they do like a straight arm football. See, like that. Because they want to actually come here and shoot them very quickly. How to do it slow. But you know what I'm talking about. See? Because the range is to different attitude or different type of technique. And so when you ride like that, like one pipe rider, can't go like that. And then you put 1 here, 2 here, 3 here, 3 here like that. See? But see, they all have their different rhythms. See, the other one, a lot of French, but they don't use it anymore. They put like this, they call blocking in opposition. This one here they call it blockade in protection. And then they call it blockade, parry, and deflection. See? What the colleague is, they like stop one, see, and continuation like that. Okay? Because see, their range is closer. As a kickboxing is kind of an in and out type of thing. And it's very, very necessary to get the mechanics. Okay, we'll just go through this. We're going to go through this. So I'm going to do this. This is a combination. When you start a hand range, you go 1, 2. Left hip. 1, 2. Left hip. 1, 2. Right knee. 1, 2. Left knee. Okay, 1, 2. Bang like that. See, you want to kick out here. 1, 2. Then side hip on that side of the like that. Okay, that's all I want. And if you set the tap, high boxers, they don't like to go to side kick. If they do, it's sort of like a push kick side kick. And the knife is all up on the bottom. You never see, you don't do this. So you kind of go like that, 1, 2, and they'll pop like that. It's like a push kick. You keep your guy out. Now let's just do this. If you want to, you have the left